Welcome back to Nullplayer Paradox, where I, castigator, am about to waste 5 minutes of your life explaining things you could have searched on a basic forum if you are not so incredibly lazy. Today, we are diving into the Nvidia app because apparently clicking a green button is too high of a technical hurdle for some of you who own a graphics card. Before we get into the meat of this digital sandwich, I must give a quick shout out to Devouring One for their timely support on this channel and its videos. It is truly moving to see that at least one person out there has a functioning thumb for clicking like buttons and a lapse in judgment. Now let us talk about drivers, which in the Nvidia app essentially lets you choose the personality of your expensive metal brick or the so-called graphics cards. You have plenty of options to choose from, namely two, the game ready driver and the studio driver. They are built on the same tech, but they are optimized for different release cycles. The game ready driver is for the gamer who lacks any form of patience and must play every new game on the very second it launches. It promises the highest possible frames per second and the least number of graphical glitches in those brand new titles. It is updated multiple times every month because Nvidia loves to pretend they are working very hard. However, the bad news is that these frequent updates often slip in minor bugs that can mess with your hardware or older games. It is like getting a new paint can for a house that is still on fire. But to Nvidia's credit, any stealthy bugs are usually fixed with hotfix patches on their website, and you can find detailed experiences of other users over on the Reddit channel. And those hotfix patches eventually crawl their way into the next official update too. If you want the latest features first, you stick with this one, cause Studio Driver ain't giving you that. Now we come for the studio driver, which is for the professional adults who use apps like Blender, Maya, or Adobe Audition. The update cycle is slower and more robust, usually happening only once a month. These drivers go through torture testing with creative suits so that your system does not crash when you are facing a deadline. You might wait a few weeks longer for optimizations for a new game, but you get a rock solid experience for long rendering sessions. I have personally stayed with game ready drivers since 2017 and survived the highs and lows despite occasional crashes in Krita or Adobe Audition. I am fine with it because I enjoy the chaos. Some people use studio drivers even without creative apps just to have a stable system, while others toggle between the two like they have nothing better to do with their time. You can install either of the drivers from the Nvidia app by going into the drivers tab on the left of the main screen and then selecting a driver from top right. It should be pretty straightforward and easy unless you are blind, in which case I would love to know how you manage to play games. I would also love to know how have any of you set up your graphics card's personality in the Nvidia app. Let me know in the comments, or perhaps are you one of those people who calls Nvidia app a bloatware and just chucks their expensive brick in the PCIe slot on their motherboard and calls it a day hoping it doesn't catch on fire like a New Year Eve celebration fireworks. If you are wondering about the performance differences between game ready and studio drivers, pretend to be shocked when I say it is mostly negligible on older titles from last year or before that. We are talking about 1 or 2% difference which your human eyes cannot even see. But on a new game launch that you will be playing on day 1, the studio driver might give you a 10 to 15% lower FPS and some lovely visual artifacts or game crashes. You will have to wait days or weeks for the studio driver to catch up. On the flip side, studio drivers are often more consistent for older games because game ready updates can be a total mess of new bugs at times. If you go into the System tab and then Performance tab on the top, the Nvidia app also lets you overclock your card, which is great for people who want to feel like a hacker without actually knowing anything. You can do it automatically or manually, and it will not void your warranty, damage your GPU, or affect your benefits. The algorithm is notoriously conservative and prioritizes a rock solid experience over maximum power. It even does regular checkup scans to make sure the tuning remains optimal as your card gets old and tired like the rest of us. Do not expect miracles though, as the performance gains are a marginal 3 to 5%. It only overclocks the core GPU clock and ignores the VRAM memory clock speeds. But you will still get more heat and noise because even a tiny overclock increases power draw. If you go into the graphics tab on the left, you can also use the app to override game settings globally or per game, covering everything from graphical settings to DLSS and RTX features to your shader cache. They even added a way to redeem gifts and coupons for in-game items just in case you did not feel enough like a consumer today. If you found this helpful or if you just like listening to me being a psycho on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next time I point out the obvious. I really do appreciate you watching and supporting this little channel. I will see you in the next video. Thank you for your time. Keep watching, keep playing. Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to like the video, comment or subscribe for more. It really helps the channel out and I truly appreciate it a lot. Take care, keep watching and keep gaming.